No matter what kind of projects you have around the shop, if you're looking for some tips and help, it's time for Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, with Sam Mamolo and Sam Madavi.
All right, Sam and I are sitting here in this beautiful little 2015 Mustang GT. It's a 6-speed, got Roush wheels, cold air intake. If you want to do some tuning without even opening the hood, this is what we have the most fun with.
Yeah, we don't want you to strain yourself.
Absolutely. Max Energy 2.0 from Hypertech. This little unit works great. And you get everything you need in the box, the cables and so on. It's intuitive, you just follow the instructions. It pulls the stock tune, the factory tune, and stores it. And then you go ahead and tune it. With the high performance tune, you can improve performance, torque, fuel economy, all those things. But they do give you a DVD.
They do give you a DVD and an installation cable in case you have to use the laptop. You don't have a cable handy.
Right.
It comes in the box.
So follow the instructions. Turn the key to run. It says connecting, it's reading the VIN number. And you just watch what it tells you to do. The tuning, we're tuning, so we're going to hit select. Preset tune, we're going to use a preset tune in this.
You're doing a good job. You know, this thing will give you actually 1 to 3 miles per gallon depending on your right foot and how much of the program you're actually using.
Sure. And you also, you can program your TPMS monitor, and if you change tire size, there's a threshold that those monitors operate in. You can change that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Well, it goes off vehicle speed sensor. It used to be a TPMS sensor inside the wheel.
Right.
When you change the diameter, the wheel speed sensor needs to know it to make the TPMS work properly.
Right. Now, this is telling us right here, you can read trouble codes and you can clear trouble codes. You never want to program a car that's got a problem. And this says 2 diagnostic trouble codes reported. They must be cleared before programming. So we'll hit clear. And obviously you want to fix whatever the problem was. Clearing diagnostic trouble codes, says please wait.
You know, that larger backlit LCD makes it really easy to read and use.
Oh yeah, and you can adjust the brightness and the contrast. You can change the transmission shift points. The
rear end axle ratio.
Right. The
you can put a lower
Hypertech
temperature thermostat in it.
Yep. The Max Energy 2.0. You can even set up the on and off temperatures of your cool fans. You can do all kinds of stuff. So now it's telling us it's reading the vehicle again. Can't believe this guy's been hammering this car. He's got 2 trouble codes. Probably wheel speed, traction control, something like that, because he's been spinning the wheel.
It must be pending in the background because it's never showed on the dashboard. He would have called me up at Madavi and said, hey, can you diagnose my car?
No, he would have called me.
Then you would have called me.
Turn the key to the run, don't start it. Push the key on. Obviously there's no key, this is push button on this car. Press OK to continue. Please wait 6 seconds. Countdown, 3, 2, 1. Please wait. The writing is complete. Verifying. Double checks to make sure it's done a good job.
Then when it's all done, it's always a good idea to cycle the key one final time, then crank the car and see if everything's okay. And there are no check engine lights. And then you can go out there and hammer it.
The code was displayed. He's been playing with his traction control so he can smoke the rear tire.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Please turn the key off. It's complete. We did it. We didn't fail. All we have to do now is unplug this, take it for a ride, tear this guy's tires up. Remember the Hypertech Max Energy 2.0, it's a great way to tune your car.
Good job.
Even you can do this.
Even you can. I'm very proud of you. Good
Thanks
job.
for being here and guiding me.
Anytime, I'm here for you.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, is being brought to you by Low-Carb Performance Products. Quality, plain and simple. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Brothers Truck Parts, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GM truck restoration. Bushwhacker, inventor of the fender flare. Welcome to the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop.
Wow, Sam, they look great. So much brighter.
Let's get started on the other side.
So So today we're installing some LED lights. These are easy plug and play. Comes with a socket that plugs literally right back into where the bulb's coming out. And as you can see, Sam's got it here. 2 screws on the front park light, takes it right off. This is probably, if you're gonna do a whole truck, today we're doing park lights, side marker lights. We're gonna do the tail lights, backup lights. We even got a cargo lamp that we're working on right now that is new to the market. The install of these things is so simple. I mean, it's plug and play. They run cooler. They look cooler.
Absolutely look cooler. They'll last a very, very long time.
And you'll notice as he's plugging this in, the plug itself goes back into the original socket, but you're gonna need to turn it and you're gonna need a screwdriver. There's actually a screwdriver slot in there. You're gonna give it about a third of a turn. It locks right into the original spot. You get that. Yeah, we're gonna be changing every light on this truck. We're gonna be changing the headlights. They're gonna be all nice and uniform.
Now, when installing these headlights, guys, you are gonna have to remove the bezel that actually houses the headlight in place. And then we're gonna remove the housing by popping the spring. We're gonna remove the housing.
Now these new bulbs, that's the new bulb we're putting in. It basically has a rubber housing on the back of it. It's gonna keep moisture and things out. But this rubber housing actually goes behind the housing that's on the back of the bulb. So the housing that we just took out is actually gonna go on the bulb. And then the rubber piece is gonna go back on behind it and seal out the moisture. Now this is where you can move it to where the top side is straight up. And you'll feel it locks into place there. That holds it so it's straight up and down. Man, we're making some quick work of these lights, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna look really cool. The sheriff's gonna be the talk of the town for something other than just being the sheriff.
Now this is a little trick for everybody out there. Basically, little 3M spray adhesive. Spray the gasket. Make sure that you know which side you sprayed. You're gonna just set it right in here. Get this squared up. These gaskets are really great for keeping moisture out, keeping dust out. So here's another trick. When you pull the bulb out, these bulbs are 1157s. So they have these 2 little notches on them. So you want to make sure when you pull them out that you look at where the notches were. So this one comes out like that, eyeball notch, and make sure that you turn it correctly. They're 90 degrees from each other.
All right, I'm all done. Do you need any help over there? Looks like you're cruising
I'm
along
actually
too.
cruising right along as well.
Good job.
There we go.
Now those reverse lights are gonna create a lot of light in the back of this truck for him.
Yeah, when you were in there and had the reverse light on when we were checking that first one, the difference between the 2 of them.
Absolutely
Awesome.
amazing, I'm sure. All right, let's bolt that one in.
Now the other thing, you got to make sure the reflector goes on the bottom, light goes up top. And remember that because that's where the original was. So the bulb was up on top. Put the new LED light on the top. Pop that in there.
Good job.
All right, well, it turned out great. One last thing to remember when you do these lights, these LEDs draw less current. So your original flasher, that's a mechanical flasher, is not gonna work correctly with them. You're gonna wanna put an electronic flasher in, works on less current. It's gonna work for your blinkers, it's gonna work for your hazards. Without this, we can be in
Let's give the sheriff
bad
his
shape.
truck back.
Absolutely. Less than an hour's time, we're done.
Yes, sir.
This is the DS18 Project Supra.
All right, guys, like we said before, no build like this Supra is complete without an awesome sound system that DS18 is building for us. And we've got Rob and Diego up from headquarters starting the completion of our audio system. What are we working on today, Rob?
Well, today we finished installing the primary A&L fuse holder, which is actually a digital display It shows the voltage of the car in real time.
Makes it easy for diagnostics in case you need to do
easy,
any.
very easy. We also installed the tweeters in the dashboard. Two EXL Silky Dome titanium magnet tweeters designed for sound quality.
And I see you put them in the stock location, which means no cutting. That's
No cutting
awesome.
at all. We exact same hole. It fit perfectly.
Now, what about the radio? The radio you're installing is going to have all the latest and greatest features that people are looking for?
Yeah, this is our latest model. It's the DD620. It's actually a double-din 6.5 touchscreen multimedia player. It has all the features everyone's looking for.
Like Bluetooth, USB.
It has Bluetooth, USB, SD card, DVD player. It also has a built-in EQ.
All right, and what about the outputs on that EQ? You got enough outputs to run the whole system?
The output is 2.5 volts. It also has the 8-channel EQ built in. And it's what the car really needs.
That's awesome. Looks like you guys got it under control. I'm gonna go check on the guys. All right, folks, here comes the most exciting part of this Supra DS18 project. And what we're doing now, we got Vic from Induction Performance with us. He built the motor. There's no reason for us to show you guys how to install a motor since most of you know how to pop one in. He's gonna tell us a little bit about the awesome forged motor that he built us and some of the specs that they do at Induction Performance.
Well, as you know, everybody thinks they can build a 2JZ. Plenty of people do it, so there is a difference with ours.
Right.
We use fast-forward race engines for all of our engines. They have a reputation that speaks for itself.
Right.
Our engines feature a custom diamond piston setup that we've come up with over the years. A lot of R&D, a lot of racing, a lot of braking to come up with that.
I know what that's like.
Yep, that's how you do it. So we have, this engine features it's our stage 2, and it features our custom pistons. They're 10-to-1 compression. This one is 20 over bore, so 86.5 millimeter pistons, a little bit larger from factory 86.
10-to-1 is pretty big for a turbo car, right? Now, you guys, what kind of power are you guys gonna handle?
Well, the technology has changed over the years for tuning and fuel and so on, and over the years we found that the higher compression with some of the new fuels that we use and some of the new tuning technology, that it works very well.
You can actually get away with it and make a bunch of power.
Yeah, make a lot of power. We've made, this stage 2 engine will support 1,500 horsepower.
That is awesome.
So our pistons are pretty unique, and what most people sell is an upgraded piston, or they charge you more for upgrades. That's what we consider our shelf piston.
Wow.
So our piston has upgraded piston ring set, standard that it comes with. It comes with upgraded wrist pins, that's also standard. It's a gas-ported piston. We've taken some weight out of it under the skirt, on the skirt. It's a shorter skirt design than most. It comes with a skirt coating, and it works really, really well.
Really well. What did you guys use for valve train?
So the guys at Ferreira hooked us up with all their valve train products. And then the guys at Fast Forward Race Engines obviously ported the head, did a competition valve job, and installed all of that. And that head will be good for whatever we want to throw at it.
And so is the bottom end, because I heard, did I hear you mention saying you had billet main caps installed?
Yeah, so this engine also features our custom billet main caps that we have made. Over the years of using other billet main caps, we found ways that we can improve upon them, and we did that. So this has our stage 2 comes with billet main caps. It has our Manley Turbo Tough rods with upgraded rod bolts,
right,
and then our custom pistons with upgraded pins and piston rings. It's a proven recipe. It works.
Well, that's why you guys race. There's only one way to learn this stuff is to go out there and race, blow it up, and then fix it.
Exactly.
Make it better.
We break our stuff. We do all of our own R&D. So this way, the guys at home don't break all their stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We're here at SEMA, and if you guys done any electrical diagnostics, you know about the PowerPro, and we are here with Jeff Wizenan, a good old friend of ours at the PowerPro booth, looking at the new PowerPro 4 that will do a lot of cool new testing. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, the PowerPro 4 is an item that all mechanics are going to need. It just helps them fix cars a lot faster. It does a lot of the basic functions that the the original PowerProbes have always done. Except this one here has some nice bells and whistles on it, Sam.
Right.
It'll actually check fuel injectors. It'll
So it's
also
basically got a noise light in there.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah,
cool.
It actually works like that, but it also shows you 4 data points as if you were reading an oscilloscope. Yeah, another feature that it has on it that's really nice is the ability to check an ECM driver. That is something that's coming directly into a fuse, which does the grounding. It's a wonderful mode inside the unit that has just helped the technician out tremendously.
Absolutely, because the fuel injector pulse comes from the computer, and with this power probe, you can actually test that circuit and pulse coming from the computer.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
Very cool tool, and it does the original testing of the direct current voltages that the original power probe did, which we call the smart tool in my shop. Very cool tool.
Now, one of the nice things about the Power Probe too, when you go into any of these other modes, what it does is disable the power feature.
Right.
So it's absolutely safe. You can get in there and you can check all the other systems without fear of accidentally hitting the power switch.
Exactly, because a lot of people don't want to put voltage where they don't know where the voltage is going, and they could possibly create another problem.
Right. But applying voltage to those items that you do want to apply, oh, it's tremendous.
Absolutely.
You can power up cooling fans, electric windows. You can roll electric windows up. You can roll them down. Windshield wipers, fuel pumps all the way to the back of the car because of the long 20-foot lead.
Well, there you go. Power Probe, check them out on PowerPro.com.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, has been brought to you by DS18. We like it loud. Appalachian Tourism. Virginia is for lovers. HE&M Saw, the saw that cuts straight. Lund International. Make it yours with Lund Truck Accessories.
Good engine builders know the secret to any engine and building horsepower is keeping it together and keeping it sealed up. SCE has got you covered. They make great gaskets. It's what we used in our small block Ford project. Doesn't leak a drop. Multi-layer steel gaskets for a small block Chevy, embossed copper head gaskets for a small block, a composite gasket for the Ford small blocks. Look at these. This is a pair of copper head gaskets for a 426 Hemi. This will do the job. If you've got an 87 and later injected big block, the FE engines, you know how hard it is to seal up the exhaust. Now, they got two different port configurations, but look at how thick these gaskets are. These are going to do the job. This is an embossed Chrysler gasket, exhaust manifold. Okay, and if you have like the 273s and the 318s and the small block Mopars, they have a complete oil pan gasket set. If you look at it, it's going to do the job right. And they can make whatever you want. So when it comes to building horsepower and delivering horsepower, remember SCE gaskets.
It's time for the Lund International Custom Shop.
All right, check it out, guys. I'm here with Jason from Roland Lock, and he tells me that there's a tonneau cover in here, what it looks like to me a magic box.
That's right. This is the all-new Roland Lock E-Series electric tonneau cover, and it operates with a push of a button. So we're going to install this thing, and first steps is wiring it up.
Let's do it.
We left about 2 feet in the bed, and we're putting this along the frame, zip tying it, and we're going to put it up through the engine compartment. Right over to you, Sam.
And if you guys, we have the Amp Research power steps on this truck, so you want to make sure that when you're running your wire, clear away from all the moving mechanisms and motors underneath the truck.
The product comes with the pigtail that has a 30 amp fuse. So we're going to hook this one up, crimp it to the white, which will be the hot, and the black, which will be the ground, and then we're going to take it right to the battery. So now we're going to install the mounting brackets for the housing and the rail. And the key here is to put it up flush against the bulkhead and make it even with the bed rail cap.
All right, now you want to make sure that you make this snug, but you're going to back up a couple turns because you want to be able to move this back piece to get your adjustment perfect with the side of the bed rail. So we're going to back up a couple turns. That gives us mobility. That way we can line up our rails perfect.
That's right. They got to be even with bed rail caps.
We've already installed the other side. What's next?
We got to put the housing on the bed.
Let's do it.
And you want to push it all the way against the bulkhead. And the trick here is make sure it's equidistant. There's enough gap and it's even between that side and this side.
Okay.
So we're just going to adjust it. Do little eyeballs.
It's a good idea to
About a
put
finger.
your finger, couple finger, use a finger. And if you're going to use your finger, make sure it's one finger and not somebody else's finger because there's fatter fingers.
That's right.
So therefore you won't have to line up. Now I want to go ahead and install the rail, and there's a couple important things you need to know about this.
Yeah, this vertical lip needs to go on the inside of the stem, and this gasket on the outside needs to go underneath the housing. So we're going to slide this up and over and lift the housing a little bit just to get that gasket underneath it. And butt it up.
And that makes for a nice tight fit and seal.
That's right, now we just tighten down the rail.
We want to go ahead and lock down our side rails, okay? And there's a couple good tips you need to know about installing this.
Yep. We're going to attach the housing to the rail. We're going to use this little nut handle. It's threaded, And it's got a little handle, make it easy to put this bolt through and lock it down.
All right, and once it's locked down, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to move this side rail, both sides, back over when we close the tailgate to get rid of any possible gap that there may be in the back. You want to make a nice tight fit so that you take out the possibility of any water getting in as well.
That's right, and you want to attach these rail clamps, but you just hand tighten them because you're going to go back and adjust it at the end.
That is awesome. And this thing was designed in Florida with the same basic concept of hurricane shutters.
That's right, that's where it was born, down in Florida. It's still made there. The concept, they started with hurricane shutters, and they evolved it to truck bed covers.
This is a very important part, guys. This is where you're going to square everything up, line everything up, get rid of all your gaps, and make sure that we have clearance for the bed opening and closing.
That's right, these rails have to sit flush against the tailgate, so we're going to pick this up and slide it until it hits the tailgate.
Okay. All right.
Yep, nice and tight. Yep, this is where all the magic happens right here. We're going to plug the cover right in, and then these T-taps right here, or for this LED light, we're going to attach it. Doesn't matter which wire it goes to.
And then you want to make sure to take the zip tie with the sticky tape on there, zip tie it in place. Then when your black cover goes on, it'll be completely concealed. And it's a cool feature, it's got a built-in light. The bottom left button controls the light. You could turn it on, and if you forget to turn it off, since it's connected directly to battery power, it'll shut itself off automatically in 3 minutes. Now let's see how it functions.
All right. And these slats are designed to where there are overlaps in the slats, so it provides great security and strength. These slats will provide up to 350 pounds of evenly distributed weight. So it's a great way for security. You can't get in, and it's strong as anything out there in the market.
That is nice.
Nice streamlined, low profile.
Absolutely.
Flows well with the truck.
Very nice.
Like that?
Roll and lock. You know, folks, these days, good help is really hard to find.
Here's your wrench, Dad.
Thank you.
All done, Dad. I told you we had this, Dad.
Absolutely.